author and a guy who cares, and that's why we keep sharing. Now, you know what? You think you've seen it all, right, in the world of nutrition and weight loss and health, but then you keep getting surprised. So, I mean, I don't know if you've seen this or not, but in China, right? It starts in China. You go to a McDonald's over there, and they have bikes they're putting inside of McDonald's where you can sit down as you're eating your Big Mac or whatever you're eating at McDonald's. You can charge your phone up by plugging it into this bike and pedaling. What do you think of that? Now, do me a favor, if you are new to me, please like and share and help me get the word out. Visit our YouTube channel if you're catching this on Facebook. And if you're catching this on YouTube, connect with us on Facebook. And then, of course, you can find us on Instagram. But being in the space of health, weight loss, nutrition for a long time now. Okay. So when I say long time, we're talking 1995. I got into this space and I've learned something every year since that time. And you feel like you've seen it all, but you know, yeah, this is really interesting. It's like, I mean, I would love to hear your opinion. Like, do you think if you went to McDonald's, and maybe you don't go to McDonald's, but maybe you go to TGI Fridays, or maybe you go to Applebee's, or wherever you go out and eat, because people tend to demonize McDonald's as being the worst place in the world to eat, whereas McDonald's sells more apples than any other restaurant in the world. McDonald's, when you buy a salad there, they only have organic salad dressing, which is Newman's own. Um, but a lot of people don't know that because they don't go to McDonald's. They just sit back from a distance and just put it down. And a lot of those people who put down McDonald's, they actually go there and they just keep it on the DL. They don't tell anybody about it. They take their kids there. And if you don't believe me, all you got to do is just go drive by any McDonald's. The line is never empty. It is always full. And if you are watching the stock market at all, you can see that they have really good sales. So again, I'm not here to advocate or encourage McDonald's, but everybody gets McDonald's, right? Because if we were talking about Burger King or White Castle or Wendy's, it doesn't get the same attention, right? If Spurlock had done a documentary on Wendy's, I would have went nowhere. You go after the big monster, right? It's kind of like, Subway. We don't know if the tuna is really tuna. We don't know. But anyway, I want to hear your thoughts, your opinion. Do you think it would be helpful if all restaurants had, you go in and sit down with your family, and you all are pedaling. It's kind of like when I go over to the harbor, they have those cool little boats you can get in and they're powered by you pedaling. Or you go to like the boardwalk or something like that, and they have those bikes where you and the family can get on it and you can pedal. Well, I never had a good experience with that because when I would get on there with my little girls, they one couldn't touch the pedals, and then two, they're not going to put forth the energy that I'm going to put forth to get us up and moving. So I felt like it just didn't go very well, right? I was doing all the work. That being said, do you like the idea of going into any restaurant and being able to pedal? Being able to pedal. Think about that. Okay, now I see Cherry. What's up there, Cherry? Cherry says that McDonald's is trash. I have crossed them off my list. Well, if you and I were traveling, Cherry, and we need to get something to eat, and there's not a lot of options, McDonald's is one of my go-tos because I know what the food is going to taste like, and it's not my ideal meal because I like to eat at home. I like eating fruits and vegetables, and I like to eat, the way I eat. But if I'm out and about, don't be surprised if you see me at a McDonald's drive-through because I'll get my fillet of fish and a little garden salad, and that's a fat burning meal, and I'm good. I'm content with that. I can make that work. So I don't demonize anybody. And I've done work with McDonald's in the past. So let me just throw that out there. But anyway, you can make it work. I've seen people just go get a salad there. You can get a chicken breast, right? Same as you used to be able to, you can get egg whites instead of just like the whole egg. You can build your meal how you best want to eat your meal. But my question is not about McDonald's. It's about, what do you think about restaurants having like bikes in there so that if people, because people always want to charge their phones. So if they sit down, they're eating a salad at Wendy's or they're at Burger King and they're inside, which a lot of people don't go inside these places these days. But do you like the idea? Do you think that that's helping? Do you think that that's actually going to help? Do you think it's a nice gesture? I mean, I'm curious. I really want to hear what you guys think. So what is David? What does David Putman say? He says American advertising, sex, and or repetition. Not sure what that means. We're brainwashing people. I could eat fish burger at mac and cheese. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know what you guys. I'm getting contacted by all these different social media platforms. It's just really interesting. I'm curious. And if you hadn't heard about what McDonald's is doing in China, if it catches on there, then they're going to bring it. It'll be in the States. It'll be in Canada. Some people will like it. But this is what I've learned. The people who can play a huge role in changing policy, they don't go into McDonald's. They don't know. They won't even know that there's a bike inside of McDonald's. I mean, it's the thought that as you eat, and supersize yourself, getting on the bike, is that kind of like evens it out? Well, if you didn't know, let me share with you a couple of things. And a couple things is that exercise is very good for your heart health, your mental health. It plays a huge role in even in improving the health of your gut microbiome, your gut health. Exercise has so many benefits, but it is not a necessary when it comes to losing weight. Now, if you want your body to feel more firm, more fit, exercise is going to help with that. If you become active, more active than you were, it's going to help. It helps with a lot of things. It helps create more fat-burning enzymes, which makes it easier for you to be more efficient with your ability to burn fat. It elevates your immune system, right? It's like a natural way of boosting your immunity. So exercise is good. Again, I'm curious to see if we're going to start to see this with other restaurants. Now, Andrea, what's up there, Andrea? She says, what I like about the idea is that instead of just going out to eat with my friends, we can make it an exercise event. Because my friends always like to go out and eat, period. Okay, well, that's interesting. So you tell your friend, hey, let's go to McDonald's, grab lunch, and ride the bike. Okay. You know what you could do? I mean, you can go for a walk and talk. It doesn't have to always be around food. I was reminded the other day about going to meet with this gentleman years ago back in Florida for a business meeting. And I was already trapped in the mindset of, hey man, let's go grab a bite and we can talk some business. And I remember he says, go grab a bite. He goes, no, bring your workout gear and we can talk business as we work out. I was like, interesting. So as much as I felt comfortable wanting to break bread and have our business meeting, we both are martial artists. And so we got together and talked all business, had a great time, and we worked out the entire time. Yeah. Who knew? And since that time, I've done that. Like I've told people, hey, you want to go handle some business and play some golf. I've even had friends meet me over at like our putt where you have miniature golf, and you can talk and you're playing the game and you're having a good time, but you're moving, you're out and you're active, and you don't need to go break bread. So I mean, I've done that. You can do a walk and talk. Those things can come in handy. But again, do you guys like the idea of having some type of activity at the table at any restaurant? At any restaurant. Let me see. And David says, and it's not an excuse not to eat, right? Andrea says, on the other hand, usually, when do I go to Mickey D's? I'm usually on the go. Yep, I'm with you. David says, it worked for me when I was younger as far as keeping my weight down, but doesn't take the place of eating right. You're right. You're right. There's a lot of people who exercise really, really hard, and they're able to eat a whole bunch of food. And but the day comes when they no longer exercising at that intensity or that duration, and then they keep eating the way they're eating. Interesting. David says, "Is that what they're doing in China?" Yes, putting exercise equipment in the restaurants. Yes, that is exactly what they're doing, and it's become real popular on TikTok. Someone stuffing their face, but neutralizing the damage, if you will, by riding on the bike. I don't really know exactly what more I can say about this. I just wanted to bring it to you guys' attention. I find it interesting. I'm prepping myself up for 2022 as I will be coming to you with new information, uh, knowledge, content that will inspire and motivate and put you in a position where you get your 12 minutes with Robert Ferguson, and hopefully you learn something, you're reminded of something, you're now aware of certain things, you're more mindful, and then, hey, go run with it how you best would run with it. So I saw this and I was like, you know what? Let me share this with the fam. Let me share this with the Die for Your Life, community, because this is interesting. And maybe you guys can bring it up, when you have your dinner with the family. Just to get it, I would love to hear what people say. Come back and make a comment. Let me know what you think later, because I don't really have a whole bunch to say about it aside from the fact that I'm going to keep thinking about it. I find it interesting. And I believe we're going to start to see more and more things like this. It wouldn't surprise me if you had to do 10 jumping jacks to walk into a Crocker Barrel, right? I mean, with all the things that have taken place with this epidemic, you just never know. I mean, I would have never, ever, ever thought that something would shut down entertainment, like sports, concerts, and we all saw it happen. Now I'm seeing a bicycle be installed in McDonald's. So you can ride on the bike as you indulge. Very interesting. So, like they say never. I hope you guys are having a blessed one. This is Robert Ferguson, America's fat loss coach, nutritionist, author, researcher, a guy who cares, and that's why I continue to share.